Hey everyone, how y'all doing? Welcome back to my channel. Today, oh boy, I have a huge book haul to share with all of you. I've been accumulating books since my last book haul, which I believe was in April. I have over 40 books to talk about today. I have no explanation for myself. I don't know how this has happened. I guess in my defense, quite a few of them are ARCs that I was sent by publishers, so I didn't buy those. A lot of them I bought with birthday money, so there's that. Also not my money. So it's not all that bad, but I still have over 40 books to talk about today, so I'm not gonna go into synopses too much, I don't think. So I will be leaving all the Goodreads pages below for these books if you want to know more about them. I split all the books into categories, so we're gonna be talking about ARCs, adult books, YA books, and children's middle grade books, just to kind of make this video a little bit easier and more organized. I will be leaving timestamps as well if you want to jump to different categories, but yeah, let's just get started because this is going to take a while. So starting with the ARCs, I've got a hefty little pile of them to go through. So I'm going to go through them according to publishers. So the first one is HarperCollins. I am an influencer for HCC Frenzy, so I do get sent some ARCs from them, which is really exciting. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Out of the Blue by Jason June. This one came out at the end of May and I haven't read it yet and I feel so bad. I really want to. I meant to read it over summer because it seems like a very summery book and then I just never got around to it. Story of my life. But this book looks really interesting. It's about like mermaids and stuff, which seems really fun. The cover is absolutely gorgeous. I am very excited about this one though, and I do hope to get to it soon, maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of like in a fall fantasy mood right now, so I don't really know when I'm gonna get around to this one. If you guys have read this one, please let me know your thoughts down below because I would love to hear more about this one, but I am very excited about it. So then we have The Summer of Bitter and Sweet. This is by Jen Ferguson. This one came out on May 10th apparently, according to this ARC. Gonna be honest, I know nothing about this book, but HCC Frenzy always does this events for their influencers where they kind of introduce all of the new releases that are coming out for that season, and then you have the opportunity to request ARCs. And they actually had this author at the event talking about this book. Gonna be real honest though, I don't remember anything about it, but it does seem a lot of fun. This cover is absolutely gorgeous. Again, this was another book that I was hoping to get to in the summertime and then I didn't, and now my brain is full on fall mode, so we'll see when I get to this one, but I am excited about it and I'm very grateful that HCC Frenzy sent it to me. So the next one is one that I actually have read, so that's great. It's Cafe con Leche by Emery Lee. I actually read this really recently and I just uploaded a reading vlog the other day that you guys can go check out where I talk about this book a little bit, but this book was so good. I think in my last haul, maybe, I might have hauled Meet Cute Diary by this author. It was in one of my recent hauls, but I believe this is Emery Lee's sophomore novel. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure. And it was so good. I loved the characters. I loved the story. It was such a sweet, cute little romance. There's a little rivalry going on between the two main characters' families' cafes. I really enjoyed it. Lots of talk about food, so if you love books that talk about food, I recommend this one. It was also a really quick read, which I enjoyed. I read it on a road trip and read it in a single sitting, and it was fabulous. I really enjoyed this one, and I will eventually get my hands on a final copy of it, I think, to go along with Meet Cute Diary, which I have on that shelf up there, so I'd like a copy to like go with that one, but I really enjoyed this book. So the next book's an adult romance. It is The Romance Recipe by Ruby Barrett. This is another one that I actually have read. I'm gonna be honest though, I did not love this one. It was fine, but it just wasn't what I was wanting. It is a female-female relationship, which was fun, but it happened really quickly, and I'm a slow burn girly. I love when like romances take a long time and there's a lot of build up to it, and I feel like this one just progressed a little bit too quickly for my liking. I was also hoping that this book would deal more with this reality cooking show that's going on. It was my expectation that the cooking show would kind of be like throughout the entire book, but that's not what the cooking show really was. So it ended up being like literally just in the last little bit, and the whole book was them preparing for it, and that's just not really what I was wanting out of this book. So it's totally personal preference. You guys can, like I said, look at the Goodreads page down below, and if it looks interesting to you, then I do recommend it. It's just one of those things where my expectations kind of got in the way of the actual book itself. The next book is another adult romance, and it's Small Town Big Magic by Hazel Beck. So this is another one that I am so excited about, and I'm actually planning like a spooky kind of reading vlog that's gonna come out in October, and this book's gonna be in it, so I'm hoping to read that this month so that I can do that vlog for you guys in October. But I am so excited about this one. It gives me like X-Hex vibes in the terms of like, it's a small town. obviously, and there's magic, obviously. But there's something about a bookstore which is just so much fun, and it seems like it's gonna be everything that I want in a book like this and more, so I'm really excited about this one. I just realized I've been forgetting to tell you when these books came out. This one came out August 23rd apparently, so it's quite a new release. The Romance Recipe came out at the end of June, and Cafe con Leche was also out in May. So there we go. But like I said, this one just seems right up my alley. I absolutely adore this cover. It is stunning. The next one is actually my newest ARC that I've received, and I'm so excited about it. You don't even understand. It is A Merry Little Meet Cute. This is by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. Okay, first of all, we all know that I love Julie Murphy, okay? I've loved every single one of her books. I've yet to read one of her adult books, but I'm very excited to jump into this one. And then also Christmas, hello. So Julie Murphy and Christmas. That seems like a recipe for a good time. And then I haven't read anything by Sierra Simone, but I'm very excited to read this book and get a little taste of her writing. This was another situation where the authors were actually at the event talking about this book, and they just seemed like they were the best of friends, and it just seemed like such good vibes. And it just seems like they had so much fun writing this book, which has me very excited. But like, come on, look at this cover. Stunning. I'm literally so excited about this, and all I know about this book is that it's about a porn star who accidentally gets cast in a Hallmark Christmas movie. It sounds amazing. I am so excited to get into this book. I cannot believe that I have an ARC of it. I am so excited. Okay, so those are all the books from HarperCollins. Next up is a book from Entangled Publishing. I did not request this one. This one just kind of showed up at my house one day, and I was like, ooh, fun, book mail. So it's called The Dark King. It's by Gina L. Maxwell. So I don't know anything about this book, but it seems like it's about Fae, and it's like a romance book. So I'm kind of excited about it. I think it's like our main character accidentally gets married to like the Fae King at Vegas. Maybe? I don't know, but it seems like a fun time. They also sent along this necklace. So like, I don't know what meaning this has to the book, but they sent a necklace, which I thought was kind of fun. Okay, so now we have Simon & Schuster. So this first one, I honestly can't remember if I requested it or if they just sent it unsolicited. I honestly have no idea. Sometimes they send like request forms and I just request a whole bunch and then like forget about it immediately after. So they sent me Love Radio, and this is by Ebony Liddell. Now, like I said, I don't remember if I requested this or not, but it sounds amazing. And so regardless of whether or not I requested it, I'm very excited about it. It did come out back in May, so it's been out for a hot minute now. I've seen it in stores, and the final copy is even prettier than this ARC, and this ARC is exceptionally beautiful. But all I know about this one is that there's some sort of hip-hop radio show, and that sounds like a fun time. This cover is one of the prettiest things I've ever seen. Like, the colors, the artwork, the typography, everything about this cover is working for me, and there's been a couple of times where I've almost picked it up and then I've decided to read something else, but I'm very excited about this one. When will I stop saying excited? I don't know. I need to learn new adjectives. Speaking of being excited, I'm also very excited to have Blood Like Fate by Lizelle Sambury. Simon & Schuster last year sent me the ARC for Blood Like Magic, and I really loved that book when I read it last year, so I also requested the sequel, and they were so kind to send it to me. I have yet to read it. It came out in August. The thing is I want to reread Blood Like Magic before getting into this one so I can get the full experience of it, and I'm just not in the mood for like a sci-fi story right now. This book takes place in the year like 2040 something, and I don't know, like I'm just not in the mood to read about a story set in the future, you know, fantasy, sci-fi. This kind of fantasy is not kind of what I'm reaching for at the moment, but I am hoping maybe to get to it this fall, because it does seem like the kind of perfect books to read in fall. And I am very excited about this sequel, because if I remember how Blood Like Magic ends correctly, this book is going to be a wild ride, and I'm so excited for it. And I just really want to know how this whole duology wraps up, so hopefully soon I will get to this one. And the last little ARC that I have to talk about today, I could cry. I'm so excited about it. It is The Glass Witch by Lindsay Puckett. Are you kidding me? I'm pretty sure like I've already talked about this book on my channel. I've yet to read it, but I'm so excited to. I'm reading it this month, and when I tell you I could scream, I could cry, I could throw up, I don't know. I'm feeling all of the things about this book. Lindsay Puckett is an author tuber, and I've been obsessed with her for years, watched all of her videos, followed her entire publication journey, and I could not be happier for her or more excited or more proud. And I'm just like, I cannot believe that I actually managed to snag an ARC of this book. I'm dead, I'm deceased, I don't know what to tell you. This book is a middle grade book, and all I'm gonna say is that it's Dumplin' meets Hocus Pocus. Could there be anything more perfect? I don't think so. It's like the shortest little book ever, and it's so cute, and I'm just really excited to read it. Like, this cover, my goodness, are you kidding me? I'm really excited to read this. I just think it's gonna be the best thing ever. I'm so excited. If you guys have not yet pre-ordered this book, then please go ahead and do that. I will also try to leave some pre-order links down below, because everyone should go support Lindsay and just love her and, you know, just love this book. I'm so excited. I need to stop saying excited, but I am excited. There's no other adjective that fits. I'm ecstatic. I'm thrilled. I don't know. Go buy this book. I'm very excited to read it. I just said excited again. My god. Okay, so now let's get into the adult romance books that I have to talk about today. The first two are the same book. I just have 2 copies of it, and you're gonna be sick and tired of hearing me talk about this book, I am sure. Talk Flirty to Me by Livy Hart. I love this book. So I was sent a copy of this book from Entangled Publishing. So that's this copy that I read and annotated. I'm obsessed with it. Like, come on, how satisfying is that? And then I also obviously pre-ordered a copy from Indigo. That's this copy. I love this book to pieces. I keep this copy on that shelf, which is in shambles right now, and I keep this one on a shelf above my desk so that I can always stare at it when I'm writing. It's the best. The vibes are immaculate. I love this book to pieces. I've talked about it a million times. You bet that this is gonna be like my favorite book of this entire year. I don't think anything could top it ever. Honestly scared for how my favorite videos are gonna look from here on out, because if she keeps releasing a book every single year, it might just be my favorite book of every single year. Who knows? But this book, my goodness, I read it before it was published. I was obsessed with it then. I'm even more obsessed with it now. Just to like see it grow into what it has become has been such an honor. But I love these characters. I love this story. The romance is to die for. It is so steamy, so cute. Their chemistry off the charts. It is a second chance romance. It also deals with brother's best friend trope, which is just so much fun. There's also the only one bed trope. This book is just full of good times. So many scenes, which I wish I could just tell you about right now, but it is so good. I have a romance reading vlog that I posted a little while ago where I read this book, so if you want to see more like in the moment feelings, then I definitely recommend checking that video out. I love this book so much, and I could talk about it all day long, so I'm gonna move on, but I wish I owned a million more copies of it, to be quite honest. I love it so much. So the next 2 books are also really exciting. So they are Lessons in Love by Jodie Holford and Love is on Air by Sophie Sullivan. So this one's actually the German edition of 10 Rules for Faking It by Sophie Sullivan, which was one of my favorite books of last year. But this was given to me by Sophie Sullivan herself. Jodie Holford is the name that she self-publishes under, and then Sophie Sullivan is the pen name she uses when she's traditionally publishing. So just so you know what's going on. But basically, I am friends with her daughter, and we both separately went to the Olivia Rodrigo concert, and we decided that we were going to meet up after the show. And they surprised me and gave me these, and I was so excited about it. They also gave me like a bunch of fun little like goodies, which is so much fun. But Lessons in Love, I believe, is the companion to A Convenient Christmas, which is right there behind me. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure. She signed it for me there at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that, but how exciting. And then this one, even though I can't read it because it's literally in German, I don't care because it is so stunning and I am obsessed with it. Like, this cover is like the cutest little thing, and it's like such a short book. Joey, hello? I love you. Oh my god. Oh, sweetie pie. It's just like so cute, so satisfying to hold. She also signed this one, which is just so sweet. Yeah, I just so grateful to her for giving these to me. I'm so excited to own them, and I hope to read this at some point this year because it's super short, so it's not going to take me very long to read. Should I say it? I'm excited. Okay, and the next one, I fell into the hype. I finally bought it. The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. So I actually bought this at Value Village. It was $6. So I was like, absolutely, I'm picking that up. I've been wanting to pick this one up for a while. I believe it was self-published, and then they traditionally published it after the fact when it got really popular on TikTok maybe. But I know that Lisa from With Love Lisa absolutely adores this book. And I believe Chloe from Books with Chloe is also obsessed with this book. And Katie from Katie is Reading also loves it. Everybody loves this book, but I'm pretty sure there are people who don't like it. And I would would say that I'm nervous to read it because of the mixed reviews, but I'm not, because it's fake dating. And we all know that I love fake dating, so I'm really not that worried. It's also like fake dating at a wedding, you know, like when the person has to bring a guest to the wedding, and so they end up fake dating at this wedding, and it's just always a good time. So I'm honestly so excited for this. The wedding is also in Spain, so that's kind of fun. I've also heard nothing but great things about the love interest in this book, Erin Blackford, so I'm super excited about it. Also, the cover is cute. What can I say? I am a sucker for a cute illustrated cover. I also just realized that the spine is creased, which I don't love, but it was $6, so can I really complain? Not really. So the next book I have read, thank goodness, and it's also in that reading vlog along with Talk Flirty to Me, but it is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. So this is Emily Henry's newest release. I'm sure you've heard of it by now. I absolutely adore Emily Henry's books. Beach Read is my favorite, but I also love People We Meet on Vacation. But this one went straight to my second favorite Emily Henry book. It was so good. It gave me Hallmark vibes, but in the best way possible. The main character is a literary agent. The love interest is a book editor. They get off on the wrong foot at first, and then they fall in love in this small town, and the vibes are just so good. I was fully on board with this book. The tension was so good. Characters amazing. Relatability always top tier with Emily Henry for me. The writing, a grand old time. I absolutely adored this book, but like I said, I'm sure you all have heard about it by now, but pick it up if you have not yet already, because it is absolutely stunning and I'm obsessed with it. This next one, I'm gonna be honest, I know nothing about it, but I saw it at Value Village again for $6 and I needed to have it. The Dating Plan by Sarah Desai. So like I said, I know nothing about this book, but I'm also pretty sure it's fake dating. Oh my god, I just read a line on the back and I'm here for this. So apparently our main character asks her childhood crush to be her decoy fiance. I don't know why. I don't want to know why. I am hooked. I am so excited about this, and this cover is so stunning. The next one is Not the Witch You Wed by April Asher. I actually have read this one, and I also have a reading vlog, I believe, where I was reading this book. But I bought this on a whim one day at Target because I was very intrigued by the cover, and it was shelved right next to the X-Hex, and I was like, yes please. So it's another like romance fantasy book where it's like mainly about the romance, but there's like a little splash of fantasy in there, which I think is my sweet spot for fantasy these days. But it's another fake dating book. If I'm remembering correctly, I believe it deals with werewolves. The love interest is a werewolf. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's right. And then witches. Super fun. It's just a grand old time. It wasn't my favorite book, but I did really enjoy it. The fake dating just took a while to get started. Like, I don't think it started till like halfway through the book. So I would have enjoyed a bit more of the fake dating, but overall it was a fun time, and I did enjoy myself while reading it. Plus, again, the cover, gorgeous. The next book is one that I've been wanting to not only own for a while, but also read for a while, and that is Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren. I love Christina Lauren. I have yet to read a book by them that I don't absolutely adore, and this one I don't think is going to be any exception. I've heard amazing things about this one. I know that Livy Hart loves this book. She's told me many times to read it and was very excited when I finally picked up a copy. I'm hoping to read it this month. I put it on my TBR. Don't know if I'm actually going to get to it, but I really want to read it. I believe this is a friends to lovers situation, which I'm just so excited about. And I think that this is just like a staple Christina Lauren book, and I think it's a crime that I have yet to read it. So I'm hoping to rectify that soon. I'm very happy to own it. It is stunning. God, I went from using excited to stunning, and I'm so sorry. And the next one is one that I've heard nobody talk about, and I think that's a shame, but it is The Sizzle Paradox by Lily Menon. So Lily Menon is a pen name for Sandra Menon, who wrote all of these wonderful books right behind me, and this is her second adult romance book. It came out this year. I absolutely adored her book Makeup Breakup that came out last year. It was so stunning, and I think it is so underrated. More people need to love on her adult romance books. I have yet to read this one though, but I'm very excited about it. I have no idea what this one's about, but at this point I think Sandra Menon is pretty much an autobiography for me, so I had to pick it up. Okay, we have two more adult books to get through. We have Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. I really enjoy Ashley's YA books. I've read a couple of them now and I really like them, so I was really excited to hear about an adult romance by her. This one, again, don't know much about. I think our main character is a wedding photographer or something. I don't really know, but I'm here for it. Female romance, we love it. Beautiful lilac cover, amazing main character designs on the front. I'm really excited about this book, and again, hope to get to it soon. Will I actually? Who knows? Not me. I don't know. The last adult romance in this haul is probably one that I'm the most excited for. Question mark? Maybe? The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, okay. So I love Ashley Poston's Geekerella series. They are some of my favorite books. So when I found out that she was publishing an adult romance that is about a ghostwriter who doesn't like her editor, and then she goes away to her dad's home after she dies or something, and then the editor like shows up at the house but he's dead, like he's a ghost, and then she falls in love with his ghost. It sounds like a tragic love story that I am just so ready for, and like kind of spooky, good vibes. I'm planning on reading it next month during October, but I'm just literally so excited about this book. Like, it seems like everything that I'm going to adore. Now into the big stack of YA books that I have. So the first 4 books have been a long time coming, if we're being honest, and it is Heartstopper. So I bought all 4 volumes with some birthday money. So I already owned the first volume. One of my friends bought it for me for my birthday one year, but it was the UK copy, and so like I just never ended up buying the rest of them, even though I enjoyed it. And so when I got birthday money, I was like, okay, I think it's time. You know, I loved the TV show, so I was like, it's about time that I finally own all of them, read all of them. So I repurchased the first one in the US copy, and then I bought the rest of the volumes. So we have volume 2, which I think is my favorite of the volumes. I read them recently. And then we have the 3rd volume, which was also really good, and then the 4th volume. But I loved these so much, and I'm really happy that I read them all now and I love them, and I'm so excited for the final volume to come out whenever that's gonna be. I think it's next year, who knows. The next book is A Show for Two by Tashi Bouillon. This is Tashi's sophomore novel that came out this year, and I'm obsessed with it. This book is absolutely fantastic. The characters, amazing. The romance, amazing. The plot, fantastic. This cover, A++. It is stunning. It's a scene from the book, and when you read the scene, it just makes the cover that much more enjoyable. It's absolutely amazing. I definitely think that Tashi Bouillon is like climbing the ranks and is becoming one of my favorite authors of all time. I'm obsessed with her writing, obsessed with her books, obsessed with her vibes. I'm a big fan. The next book is You, Me, and Our Heartstrings by Melissa C. I had an arc of this book. It's somewhere back on that disheveled shelf, and I pre-ordered the book back in January, I think. And let me tell you, this took like a good 2 weeks to arrive at my house, I think, after its release, and that was extremely frustrating for me, even though I had already read it. I absolutely adore this book. It is a super cute romance, just super sweet and fun. So if you have not yet checked it out, I highly recommend it. It is a really great time. Okay, this next book I have not read, and honestly, I'm scared to. It's You've Reached Sam by Dustin Tao. So this is a book that has taken TikTok, I think in particular, by storm. So much so that it was out of stock everywhere for a very long time. So it took me a lot longer than I wanted to get my hands on this book. It is stunning, but I know that this book is gonna break my heart, and I'm not prepared for that right now. Like, I am in no mental state to be reading a book that is going to crush my soul. All I know is that it's about our main character, and her boyfriend died, and then one day she calls him, I think, and he picks up. I could be wrong. It's something about that. I'm very excited about this book. I've heard very good things about it, so hopefully at some point I will get to it. Oh! Pretty. The next book is Long Story Short by Serena Kaler. All I know about this book is that it's like a theater camp, I think. I've heard really great things about it. It seems right up my alley, so hopefully I will get to this soon. But again, probably not. The next book is I Kissed Shara Wheeler by Casey McQuiston. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition with the lilac cover, but I bought it in the 50% off sale from Barnes & Noble. And this was like the only book that was a part of their sale that I wanted to get, so I'm happy that my location closest to me had a copy of it. Honestly, don't know what this book's about. Honestly, when it was first announced, I thought it was Sarah Wheeler. So every time I think about this book, or every time I go to talk about this book, I almost say Sarah Wheeler, but it's Shara Wheeler. But I've got nothing else to say about this one. Stunning. Don't know what it's about. Hope to read it at some point. The next one is You Have a Match by Emma Lord. Again, I know nothing about this book. I think it deals with a summer camp as well. But I really like Tweet Cute by Emma Lord, so I'm really excited to jump into this next book by her. So I'm really excited to get into this one, hopefully very, very soon. Again, I was hoping to read it in August, and then I didn't. So the next book is Don't Date Rosa Santos. This is by Nina Moreno. So this one I actually heard from Rocky from Blonde with a Book back when she was still making videos. She raved about this book a million times and put it on my radar, and then I just never picked up a copy. And then I know my friend Kaylee really loves this book. And so I saw it at Powell's when I went to Portland in July, and I was like, oh, I should pick myself up a copy. So I did. Do I know what it's about? Absolutely not. But the cover is beautiful. Then the next book is If I'm Being Honest by Emily Wibberley and Austin Siegman Broca. So this is another book that I picked up at Powell's, and I always go with like a list in mind of books that I would like to buy when I go to Powell's, and I kind of had just like any book by Emily and Austin on there. Like, I don't care what it is, I just want to buy more of their books. And so this was the only one that they had, and so I bought it. Again, don't know what it's about. Don't really care to know. I'm excited about it regardless. The next book is Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills. This one, all I know about it is that it deals with musical theater. That's all I know. Okay, that was all of the YA, so now let's get into the children's and middle grade books. So I randomly have some picture books to talk about. I was at Valley Village, okay, and for some reason I was looking at the picture books and I found some that I just had to have. First being Love You Forever by Robert Munsch, Corduroy by Dawn Freeman. I loved Corduroy as a kid, and then I also bought Corduroy's Christmas Surprise. And then for my birthday, Julia sent me We're All Wonders by R.J. Palacio. This is the picture book for Wonder, and I am so happy to own this. I've been wanting to get it for a very long time. Speaking of Wonder, I bought another copy of it because why not? I bought the illustrated edition, which is done by Tad Carpenter, who did the original cover design for the book. But I really wanted this edition, and it was at Costco for only $17.50, and I was like, that's a steal because it's normally 30 bucks in Canada, and so I was like, I need it. But like, are you kidding me? This stunning illustration of the astronaut helmet, and then when you take it off, it's just his face. It's like a cutout. Stunning. This is a very welcome and amazing addition into my Wonder collection. Oh my god, okay, the last book. We have Pages & Co. The Book Wanderers. This is by Anna James. This is the first book in the Pages & Co. series. I've had my eye on this series for a very long time. I don't know how I became aware of it, but it's just been something that I've been wanting to read for a very long time, and I saw it at Powell's and I was like, you know what? It is time that I pick it up. All I know is that our main character gets lost in some like classic children's books, I think. And like it mentioned Anne of Green Gables, so naturally I was like, yes, please. But it just seems like it's gonna be everything that I love, and it just seems like a really fun story. So I'm really hoping that I love this book. I'm planning on reading it this fall, and if I love it, I will definitely try to get my hands on the other books in this series. But you have no idea how desperately I want to be obsessed with this series. Like, I am so excited about it. If you read it, let me know down below in the comments what you thought about it. Oh my goodness. So that is the end of my very long accumulative book haul. I hope to never do a book haul of this size again, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. Comment down below and let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought about them, because I'd really love to know. Subscribe if you have not yet already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!